From the live studio audience.
There we go.
I mean, it is.
We're all set.
Yeah.
Hello, one and all, and welcome to We Talk About Sports Stuff, where we, surprise, surprise, talk about sports stuff. I'm your co-host, Jocelyn Abrams, joined by my fellow co-host, Phil Rica, and our commentator, Gabe Medina. And today we're going to kick off the show with a bit on Robert Kraft's prostitution charges. Then I'm going to move on to the She Believes Cup. Phil's going to talk about Robbie Gould going back to the Bears, and Gabe's got a story on free agency problems in the MLB. Okay, so Robert Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots, has been suspected and will likely be charged today by Florida police of soliciting prostitution, as in sex trafficking. This is part of a large crackdown on sex trafficking, which has led to hundreds of arrest warrants in Florida. And Kraft is only one of over 100 other people linked to these spas and massage parlors used as a front for sex trafficking.
That's very embarrassing, especially for like the Patriots, because I mean
they just won the Super Bowl and they just came out of glory and they're just literally just going down in the dumps now. And honestly, I don't think that Kraft is going to be charged because he said like.
I think he
well,
will be charged.
I mean,
there's video of it.
well, yeah, there's video, but just as rich as he is, he can probably, unfortunately, get away with it.
I think that this time he likely will not. I just think it's so fascinating though because this Robert Kraft is known for a lot of his like philanthropic work.
That's true, yeah.
So it's just he donated to a couple of like
Charities.
organizations dedicated for helping survivors of sexual assault and abuse. So this is
Not
like
ironic.
That's just
That's
irony.
it's
irony at
no,
its
it's
finest.
horrifying.
Yeah.
It's really awful. And the women in these massage parlors were like basically kept in captivity and forced to sleep on the tables where they're like forced to do those acts.
It's horrible.
I know
It's-
the PR for the Patriots is gonna be really on their feet
Yeah.
for the next few months because this is pretty big for them.
Yeah, what do you think the NFL is gonna do?
Kraft is, in terms of the NFL, Kraft will probably get into a lot of trouble with
Yeah,
them.
he's really going to
and
lose his position as the
won't-
owner.
Yeah, well, they'll probably see like a new owner
Yeah.
in the next few months, but we'll see as the case goes on.
Yeah.
I should hope he gets removed. Anyway, so on a brighter topic, a topic that makes me very excited, the United States is hosting this year's She Believes Cup, which starts off this Wednesday, February 27th, and ends Tuesday, March 5th. The She Believes Cup is actually one of the most elite four-team international soccer tournaments in the world, and this year the United States, Brazil, England, and Japan will be participating in the tournament. They'll also be heading to France to participate in the 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup this summer, at the start of the summer. But the start of this year's She Believes tournament on Wednesday will feature England first up against Brazil, and following that match, the United States will play against Japan. The games will first start in Pennsylvania and then move their way down to Tennessee and finally end in Florida. This tournament was actually started by the U.S. women's national team players, and it's meant to inspire and encourage young girls and women to accomplish their goals and dreams, whether soccer-related or sports-related or not. It was actually launched after the 2015 FIFA Women's World Cup, and since then it's evolved into something more powerful and really aimed at female empowerment, which is something the world could definitely use more of. Anyway, Phil, about the Bears and Robbie Gould.
Boy. Bears. So recently, Jeremy Bergman of NFL.com reported that kicker Robbie Gould of the San Francisco 49ers could be returning to the Chicago Bears. He originally played there. He was their kicker for 11 years prior, and the Bears are releasing their current kicker, Cody Parkey, on March 13th, and he made it to Chicago in 2018, last year, where he converted 23 out of 30 regular season field goal tries, and he missed 3 of the 30 to 39 yards and 3 extra point tries. He hadn't ingratiated himself to the Chicago fan base by the time the Bears made the playoffs, unfortunately. 36-year-old Gold is an impending free agent as of right now, and after 2 seasons with the 49ers. And he spent 3 years with the 49ers and most of his 14-year career with the Bears. And Chicago really wants him to return and come back. They're basically begging him to come back because that's his home. So Gold is quoted as saying, "Once a Bear, always a Bear. I spent 11 years of my life playing for an awesome organization. I developed a lot of great relationships throughout the city, but also the organization. Just like I've done in New York, just like I've done in San Francisco. Will it happen? I don't know." So then again, he is unsure whether or not he's going to return to the Bears. So he was an ace for the 49ers over the last 2 seasons, though, knocking in 72 and 75 field goal attempts, leading the league in field goal percentage, basically 97.1%. And after 11 seasons with the team, he was released by the Bears right before the 2016 season with 2 years remaining on his deal. Deadline for the franchise is March 5th, and if he isn't under contract in San Fran by then, the Bears legend could return home to a fan base that has been desperate for a familiar face and an accurate kicker. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Gabe Medina.
So the MLB has seen some problems recently with players who are free agents. It's something that I feel should be fixed sometime soon. Players like JD Martinez of the Boston Red Sox and Justin Verlander of the Houston Astros have been very vocal about this issue. Last year, Martinez didn't get signed until spring training when he was an agent. Now it looks like signings are moving at an even slower pace than before. Martinez has said that it's really embarrassing for the game, and it is embarrassing when you think about it. You have people who spent a lot of their time training to make it to the big leagues and perfect their craft, only to end up waiting and wondering if they'll get a deal on the team. I know I wouldn't if I was in their shoes. To Martinez, he feels like teams are purposely doing this due to the lack of effort for finding notable free agent players. He also feels as if the World Series can also be predicted early, thanks to the lack of players still trying to be signed. That annoys me too, because when the season starts, I like to guess and predict early what teams might make it to the World Series. And if it's already determined, then that fun is taken away. Sports are always better when the odds can go in anyone's favor. And if the MLB isn't willing to go that extra mile, then I might as well sit this season out. If some players are lucky enough to sign a deal with the team, others sit by and watch as they notice the numbers of unsigned free agents remain the same. Verlander has even gone on record to call the current system broken. As of now, there are enough free agents to change the outcome of the World Series if they're signed before opening day. If it were a possibility, I'd want all these players to make their own team and take the World Series for themselves. Not only would it address the issue, but it would liven up the sport a bit. Unfortunately, it would never happen, but one can hope. For now, we'll see the story unfold as time goes on, and hopefully by the 2020 season, things will be fixed and free agents are being signed left and right. All we can do now is look at the current rosters for each team and see the 2 teams who will make it to this year's World Series. Back to you.
All right, well, thank you for joining us on We Talk About Sports Stuff. We'll probably talk about more sports stuff next week.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.